And we are live. Welcome back to another episode of the Crown and College Podcast brought to you by the CSPN. I am your host, Dom Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka Issa Durad, aka Brother Collard Greens, aka Father of Durags, aka Dark Chrism, aka Don't Be Musty. My usual co-host Dan is MIA. Um, Dan be busy. I don't. Dan be doing some every damn thing. And no, we didn't have a show last week. But we gonna give y'all a show this week. He is in my. He may or may not join us. But I am not alone. I am joined by.
It is your girl, Intense Desire, aka London's mom, aka I gotta get rich because I can't keep working, aka I just came off vacation and this shit terrible, aka I'm glad to be here. What's going on, everybody?
Yes, y'all have. It's been a while since y'all heard Candace on Crown and Collars, but if you have been paying attention, you should know that me and Candace have started Ratchet Ramblings, and we are 5 episodes in, going on 6, and we want to thank everyone who has supported us so far. And I told y'all it wouldn't be the last time that y'all heard Candace on this podcast, and we thank Candace for joining me on such short notice, but that's what friends are for, and we out here. So, and Dan Steve, we gonna give y'all a show. And welcome back from vacation, my nigga. You deserve it.
Thank you. I mean, it's good to be back, but it ain't good to be back.
It's, it ain't good. It ain't good to go back to dealing with white folks.
Nah, that's exactly what it is.
So I'm on vacation right now. I ain't gonna see my goddamn coworkers until Wednesday.
Nice.
Like you motherfucker, look, I ain't got time. I ain't gonna be able to. I ain't gonna have to put up with y'all head assery and asking me what I'm listening to in my headphones, and I ain't gonna have to. You know what the crazy thing is, and some of my coworkers I do like, but it's nigga with my resting nigga face and my headphones. That should be a cue for you to leave me the hell alone. But nope, 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 nope. I get asked at least 5 or 6 times a day what I'm doing, what I'm listening to, how I'm doing, and it's like, nigga, if you see my facial expression, I look like my facial expression looks like the fucking hound, and I got headphones in. Why the fuck are you talking to me? Like, what are you doing? Like, I do not want to talk to you. I don't want to hear what you got to say about whatever trash ass radio station you listening to at your desk. I don't want to hear about your kids. No disrespect to your kids, but I just don't want to hear about them. I don't want to hear about whatever music you listen to. I don't want to hear you complain about our other coworkers. Just leave me alone.
Correct.
Do what I do. Complain about our coworkers on a podcast or in private or whatever. I don't want to hear you complain about this bitch you don't like in marketing. I don't care.
Hey, that's real.
Right. All of us here to get this check. I really don't care who you don't like and for what reason. Uh, but yeah. And that yes, London, yes. I don't like them
Yeah, she in the background talking up a storm.
neither. She went on. Yeah, I was on vacation. She was looking like she was having a time of her goddamn life.
She was, because she was being spoiled. Because my mom was there, my husband's parents was there. She was turned up to the max and shit, just being spoiled every which way. Had her first experience with grits.
Yes.
Cause you
Right.
know that old school parents gonna feed your baby some table food. They don't give a fuck.
Right.
You and you
Yeah.
gonna try table food,
Right. You
but
start that time off right.
but yeah, she definitely had the time of her life. So it was good to go, and she spent time with her with all her grandparents at the same time.
That's dope. That's dope. But like I said, we're gonna give y'all a show and we're gonna get into it. So, nigga, in what the fuck news, Kyrie Irving was traded to the goddamn Celtics. And who the fuck saw that coming?
I did not see that coming. Matter of fact, my husband just told me about it when I woke up from this magnificent ass nap. Um, but it does. It's not a bad trade for us. I like the way Isaiah Thomas play basketball. That's first and foremost, and I also think he's headstrong, which is something that I think you got like people gonna see from Kyrie again because we forgot that Kyrie was not a team leader before LeBron came back to the Cavs,
No, he
and
was not.
so he was not a team leader. He's a good basketball player. Matter of fact, he's a great basketball player as long as he does not have to run the team.
Right.
Isaiah Thomas can run the team. I feel like LeBron can sit down, and if Isaiah is in the game, the Cavs will be fine.
Yeah, it's kind of like, because the Celtics have that kind of like already, even with IT being as headstrong and as much of a leader as he is, that the Celtics still had that kind of like team ball, like share the ball, pass the ball around, and that's with IT taking as many shots as he did and still putting up like 30 and 40 and 50 and shit. So I think
Yeah,
and his assist. I mean, he averaged more assists than Kyrie, if I'm not mistaken. I can look it up real quick, but I'm pretty sure he averaged more assists than IT. I mean, the IT averaged more assists than on Kyrie.
yeah,
Hold on, let me look it up. You can go ahead while I look it up real quick.
yeah. So it's a it's not a bad trade. I mean, for either team, honestly, but you got to deal with. You got to hope that in that time, Kyrie has picked up the ability to be a playmaker and lead an offense when he needs to, and that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody who hasn't had to do that for how many years now. It's been a while. And
Right,
so I
and
think the
then
good thing is, and I'm not going to take anything away from Kyrie, I really hope that he goes to the Celtics and they prosper because you're still looking at the 1 and 2 teams again.
yeah,
I mean, so you got that. I mean, I could pretty much call it's gonna be it's gonna be the Cavs, the Celtics, the Wizards, and I don't know who that fourth team is gonna be.
mm,
Who?
well, I'm
Yeah,
looking,
maybe the Bucks because the Bucks did make some big moves this offseason.
yeah.
Bucks did
Damn,
some things.
I will say this: they assist average were damn near identical. Isaiah averaged 5.9 and Kyrie averaged 5.8.
Yeah.
So,
So
because like I mean, you could just look at the Cavs offense when LeBron went on the bench and it was Kyrie leading the offense.
well,
It looked
what's that one stat that they kept bringing up when Kyrie requested the trade and said he wanted to run the team, and then
um
every time LeBron wasn't in the game, the Cavs went like 4-13 when Kyrie had to run the offense or some
yeah,
shit like that.
I think it
Yeah,
was
some
for efficiency or something like that.
yeah, like
Team
you
efficiency.
gotta Kyrie's not that damn efficient without a big player backing him up. So, but hopefully, all the playoff experience he's picked up since LeBron came back and the amount of times they've been to the finals, maybe hopefully he's picked up leadership skills from LeBron because no matter what you say, LeBron can run a team. So, I mean, I guess we'll see. But yeah, it. Welcome to the Cavs, baby.
Yep.
It's time to work. I really like Isaiah's personality too though. Like just interviews I've seen from him, just his 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 character, his strength when he lost his sister and he still showed up to play hard. Those are things that go beyond basketball. Like those are character traits that don't have nothing to do with basketball. That's just all about your character and who you are as a man and a person.
Yep.
So I'm
Uh,
actually looking forward to how him and LeBron come together. I still think Cleveland need to get rid of that canker sore they call Tristan Thompson. But that's an
80
that's
mil.
an that's another story. When people bring up Tristan Thompson, I always have very little sympathy because that was all LeBron's doing.
Yeah.
So
But
You know,
I have
yeah,
the whole trade. So apparently, y'all traded Kyrie for Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, Ante Zikic. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and a 2008 Nets first rounder. So that's probably going to be a top 5 pick because you know the Nets are trash. So
yeah.
I mean, hey, for the interim it looks good, and then with that first round, I mean, maybe that's some bringing in some young talent that you know LeBron, you know, will make him stay and he can mentor and shit. So I mean, 2008, 18, right around the corner. So I mean, hey,
Hey,
I mean, I still can't get over that. This nigga Kyrie, this nigga Kyrie had got a lock in to go to the fucking finals every year, and this nigga like, you know what? I want my own team. I don't want to be co-pilot with LeBron. Nigga, what? The fuck, boy. I
you
be
know,
riding LeBron coattail
I'm
so
not
goddamn
really, I'm not really shocked at that because let's be honest. He what he said was indeed factual. He has been living in LeBron's shadow since LeBron came back. But if you and he has a little bit more experience under his belt, and he want to see if he can actually lead a team now. But if it that doesn't happen, it's gonna backfire so badly, and he's gonna be the laughing stock. So
I mean, he
that's
already
just,
getting the jokes now.
I mean, that's a chance you take to in your pursuit of happiness in your career. I'm not mad at him doing it. I'm just mad at him like complaining and bitching and moaning like the way he went about it. It was like really weird. Like, cuz, are you okay?
No, the fuck you are not okay.
But
Yeah,
but other than that, wishing him the best in his journey. But the Cavs still about to do work with or without you.
yeah, yep. I mean, look, as long as you got all you need is LeBron, and now y'all got IT and some depth,
Um,
and you
we
know,
got to be honest too. Like, again, I really was not a fan of Tristan Thompson, but when we talk about centers, the league is not full of amazing centers. That's first and foremost.
yep,
I mean,
because
who
the
you
game's not
got?
clean.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Boogie,
Uh,
Anthony
what's
Davis, even though
what's
he really ain't no
Anthony?
center.
Yeah, even though he really ain't a center, you got don't Kristaps double as a center? Don't he play center sometimes?
Yeah,
Yeah, he power forward, but he could
you
play
got
center sometimes.
yeah. You
What's
got
that?
Joker.
DeAndre Jordan, and that nigga is really
If
not that amazing of a center. Aside from being able to boom the ball down, nigga don't have no hook shot.
if that
He
nigga
don't
ain't
really got
dunking,
no.
if he ain't
Yeah,
dunking
he
or
ain't.
dunking, he ain't scoring.
He useless.
Yeah. You got my man up in Denver. Even though he ain't really a center, they don't have another. They don't have us. Even though he really a power forward, they don't have another power forward, so they play him at center. Jokic. That's a bad white
Oh,
boy.
okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he in Denver, so you know he don't get to shine. But that's a bad white boy. Um, but yeah, so it ain't really too many amazing centers, but yeah, Tristan, oof. But yeah, I will say this before we move on. NBA gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be something. We gonna see what people made of.
Yep. So we move to that into. I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me today. I was getting a haircut. Before my old lady got in, and I was in the barbershop and I was getting a haircut, and we all know the barbershop is probably one of the most problematic places you can be. And so I was getting a haircut, and of course, you know, it's in the hood, and one of the guys in there brought up they was talking about football in the NFL, and I could tell this guy was a Cowboys fan, and they was talking about Ezekiel Elliott, and he was just saying all kind. Basically, what niggas was saying about Bill Cosby, he was saying about Ezekiel Elliott. Uh,
I'm not shocked.
I got. Uh, and I was just listening. And what was wild was before I could even get it out of my mouth. And I wasn't even gonna go, uh, full, and I'm not saying this pejorative. Uh, but I wasn't gonna go full woke and shit. But I was gonna be like, "Hey, dog, come on, that ain't, uh, that ain't, come on." But before I could even get it out my mouth, the dude that was cutting my hair, he was an older cat, and another older cat that was in there immediately was like, I mean, of course, they older black men, they don't have some of the language that that we have, that are privy to social media or whatever. But basically, they was like, "Nigga, what the fuck?" Because one of them said, because the dude was like, that bitch lying, and Ezekiel Elliott was framed, and this, that, and the third, and then the guy that was cutting my hair was like, "Dude, you do know he's in trouble for for other shit too." And then they brought up the incident where he up the girl, that other woman skirting shit, and then some other domestic disputes and stuff. And he was and the guy was just, he went full Twitter nigga. He was like, "Nah, he was framing the shit." Then the other old cat was like, uh now nigga, you know that ain't right, because what if that was your daughter? And the dude said, "Oh, Ezekiel have to die." And the dude that was cutting my hair was like, "Well, there you go, nigga. So like, what the fuck you doing? Like, you just if it's, as long as Ezekiel don't matter." And the dude was like, basically, yeah. And he admitted it. It was like, yeah, but it was just, it was, and I tweeted about it. It was dope to see like other black men, correcting. It was dope to see black men correcting other black men on saying and doing problematic ass shit. Cause he basically, and I've seen a lot of people do this. And oh, hey Dan. Uh, but
Yo,
I the whole Ezekiel thing, like, I get it. The the woman is sketchy, and some of her stories don't add up or whatever, and I get that. But two things can be true: is that one, this particular account may or may not be true and is sketchy, and she is an uncredible, or discredible, excuse me, whatever. She she's not the perfect victim, or she's not innocent or whatever. That can be true. It can also be true that this nigga got six other goddamn accounts and also still abused, if not abused her, abused other people. So it's not like, both things can be true. It's like the shit with Cosby. It's like, even if all the other women are lying, quote unquote, if just one of them is true, the nigga is still an abuser. So it's like, I forget, folks just gonna have to call me a coon or sellout or whatever, but I ain't down on no goddamn hill for Ezekiel Elliott.
I don't trust no Cowboy fans, so let's just start there. You trust a Cowboy fan, you got some issues, because they are ultimate scumbags. That, that's first and foremost. But I've acted like I thought about it, and I saw like people like, well, you boycotting the NFL is not gonna stop their money, they ratings, yeah, but they won't be getting it off me. So I've actively decided to boycott the NFL. I just feel like you could do everything under the sun, but peacefully protest for what you believe in, and the NFL allows it. The NFL allows child abusers. Cause who was it that beat their kid ass real bad?
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson. Shit. Michael Vick caught a felony, went to jail, got out, still got a job, a couple jobs to be honest.
And nigga got dogs.
Yeah, like you could beat women's ass, you could do drugs, you could beat on your kids, you could get DUIs, you could do everything under the sun in the NFL except for something legal like peacefully protest and still have a job. So I'm actively boycotting the NFL. I'm a Colts fan. I love my Colts to death, but yeah, I don't have any desire to be attached to the NFL this season, and shit like this is why. And you know, again, they were saying like Ezekiel Elliott has a history of violent behavior, not just with women, but period, that they kept sweeping under the rug. So
Yeah, he knocked the guy out at the ball.
it's hard to stand behind shit like that.
Right. He pulled that woman's shirt up at the St. Patrick's Day parade. And I thought that alone was enough to get him 6
Yeah, that was pretty disgusting. And he looked, he didn't seem
rude.
He didn't seem apologetic about it at all.
No, not at all.
He was like, "Hey, bitch, I'm taking your titties out." Huh? Like what? Yeah, that's a no for me.
Yeah. So.
That shit is beyond the pale, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, no, I'm in the same position actually, and it upsets me to be in this position, particularly because at the same time when Colin Kaepernick did the interview with Steve Weiss, who is a black journalist, who was the person who felt comfortable in the room asking Colin Kaepernick about what he was doing, that people noticed it on television, would talk about it, why he might have been doing it or what have you. The quarterback for my fucking favorite team comes out and he presented the red herring that is still somehow being carried in this conversation to this day. He was the one who said, standing up for the flag is the right thing to do because it honors the troops, and I don't think it's right that, Colin's doing this. We do this for the troops and da-da-da, and it's like, okay, so Colin has this interview with, again, this black journalist who asked him to, hey, what's up with the, with the sitting down thizzle? What's going on with that? Colin Kaepernick explained it, and he explained it in a crystal clear quote. What it was that he was, saying was the injustice that he didn't like, and why he was doing what he was doing about it to raise awareness, and how he had this plan to do other things about it afterwards. And still to this day, I listen to like Bomani Jones's radio show, everyone, like almost every day. I listen to it more than I don't. And he's Monday through Fridays or what have you. So I listen to it maybe 3 or 4 times a week sometimes. And he'll get these callers on who still say this stuff about, oh, well, Colin was inconsiderate to the troops and he's disrespecting the flag and disrespecting the military. And it's like, hold up. How do we still think this? Like all this time after this man done told y'all plainly that this ain't even what it's about. He told y'all that he has respect for, the military and, the sacrifices they make going overseas and stuff like that. He told y'all that his issue was more with, local police forces, treating everybody like this and, being unfavorable to, poor people and minorities and stuff like that, and how they treat them and how they receive justice and how they don't receive justice when cops do stuff to these poor people. And yet you still got people saying he doesn't like the troops. And it's like he's already on record saying he doesn't have a problem with the troops. Pay attention. Open your fucking ears, stupid. He said everything you're saying the opposite of it. Like, he is okay with the troops. He is not okay with no accountability when police kill black bodies and leave them in the streets for hours on end while they concoct their stories. He's not okay with that.
Yeah. People will. It's amazing the level of willful ignorance people will drum up to make it seem like it's not the NFL. Like, that is what's so astounding about it all. Like, it's not the NFL. It's just that he's doing this or he's going against it. Like, and we've said this before on the show when talking about Kaepernick. The NFL makes the military pay for them to salute the flag.
Like, yes.
Like,
it is not benevolent. There's money.
They are not doing it because they staunchly support the troops. They're doing it because they're getting paid to do it. Like, honestly, get the fuck out of here. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but we know what time it is, but that was just, that segue. But yeah, like it. But yeah, that was kind of a long tangent, but it was good. It was, it needed to be said. But yeah, it's just we was gonna talk about it last week, but we didn't have a show last week. But yeah, like Ezekiel Elliott is not the head of down. No, like both things can be true. Yes, that woman may or may not be the most innocent of people, but it also doesn't take away from the literal evidence that Ezekiel Elliott is still
a violent piece of shit.
Yeah, at minimum, still body.
You know who else I don't believe though, Jeremy? Not to cut you off. You know who else I don't believe?
Who?
The NFL. You got 3 sources of information that I don't believe in, and I'm sure many people agree with me. Like, I don't believe the NFL is reporting on it and how they reached the conclusion they did. She again is not the perfect witness or the perfect victim, as you mentioned earlier. And he, if he is lying about this, like, he is fucking garbage. Like, there is no 2 ways around that. If he's lying about this, he's carrying this lie this far for this long, and saying how he didn't do it and continuing to profess his innocence and everything, and it turns out he did this shit, he is fucking vile.
It's a 4th source that I don't believe, Dan, and you know that other source is the police.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know, before we go real quick, because I want to touch, speaking of disgusting Cowboys, so Dez Bryant, did you see his...
Whoa, okay, yeah,
you see his comments on Twitter when he was asked about Colin Kaepernick, and he was like, he got a family to feed, so he didn't say he doesn't care. I don't want to misquote him, but he pretty much alluded to the fact that it's not his place to speak on it because he has a family to feed. This is that mentality, and where people are like all for self. And the fact of the matter is, it's so many black bodies that make up the NFL that if they took a stand, Colin Kaepernick would probably have a job. Probably. Or took a knee, rather. If they took a knee, if they came out in support of a fellow player and the black man, Colin Kaepernick would have a job. Because let's be completely honest, there's no NFL without black bodies.
Right.
It just would not exist.
Sure,
there's no NBA without black bodies. Like, some of the best talent in professional sports, in college sports, if we go, and high school sports, and recreational sports they are black.
Yep.
I couldn't agree more. But yeah, Dez got a penchant for saying head ass shit. You know, this ain't his first go around going full Tyrese.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's still no less disappointing. But yeah, that's that. You know, I got a family to feed, nigga. First of all, you know good and motherfucking well, Jerry Jones would die before he cuts the releases you did. What the fuck?
Because if it's one thing Jerry Jones like, it's problematic motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, nigga.
That's why he went to bat for Ezekiel Elliott so tough and rough in the first damn place.
Right.
But no, there's nothing to this report. There's nothing to any of this. It's nothing. Boy, if you don't
get your goddamn slinking neck ass on some goddamn.
Talking about you for your family. Your family gonna eat regardless. Your family could eat if you take a stand for what you believe in. Talking about he care about black people. It's just a time and a place for everything. I loathe black people and respectability politics. Like, it just really it grinds my gears in a real deep place.
Yeah. If not, then when? You know, who else it wasn't a right time or place for? Somebody that white folks shoved down our throats all motherfucking time. MLK. And they also still shot and killed him. So, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But we move into that. Speaking of problematic people, that was something else I was gonna bring up. But basically, in violence against women news, I don't know if we're gonna start that as a segment or not. But in violence against women news and reasons why women say men are trash, both Mystical and the Game, at least last week, were in trouble. The Game for being in the DMs of a 16-year-old girl, and Mystical for turning himself in for rape.
Sexual assault, yeah.
So yeah.
So
I'm gonna just say I don't know much about either cases because I've been so unplugged and on the move so damn much. I saw the Mystical stuff and like I just put my hand in my head and I was just like, bruh.
Yeah, this ain't his first go around either.
No, he just did 7.5 of that shit. So like,
Yep.
or 6.5 of that shit. So like, my thing is, if
I got the story pulled up here.
oh, you a special type of idiot. You too.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I'm navigating Portland traffic, and I'm like trying to get out of the I'm trying to get into the exit lane, and these fools trying to get out the exit lane, and they just speeding up. Anyway, fucking dummies. This was all of them. But yeah, no, I saw the shit with Mystical. I was like, man, I can't fucking believe. And I think I saw that more details are coming out, and Mystical's like actual involvement in it isn't quite what it was originally believed to be, but still, bruh, like,
I got it here. Like they got it's him and another dude, and they did the lab work, and the DNA on the victim's person is linked to both of them.
Okay.
wasn't there a woman involved as well?
Yeah. It's like the woman, it was another woman that's linked to Mystical and the other guy. And basically that other woman called the victim and was like, don't go to the police.
No, that's right. She was trying to she was tampering with with evidence and stuff.
Yep.
I am so the last thing you should be involved in is anything regarding sexual assault, rape, violence against women. Like it also brings me to like, can people be rehabbed who have a history of that kind of behavior? Like once a sexual assault or rapist, always a sexual assault or rapist, because there's no way you just did almost a decade in jail to come out and be involved or attached to another situation that's similar. Like it's
Yeah. I think that's a I think that's a I think it's a good thing to ask, but I don't think. Well, I know I don't have the answer, so. But yeah,
if he's in any way attached to that situation as somebody who was connected with the sexual assault of a woman, even if he didn't actually sexually assault her, but put her in a position to be sexually assaulted, whatever the circumstances may be, may he get the justice that he deserves.
that was I think the one you just described, that what happened the first time, because I think what it was that first time is he what it was is that the woman owed him.
The woman was stealing from him, and he made her perform sexual acts on him to pay off the debt that he owed her. First of all, creepy as fuck.
Yeah. And I think what it was is that she agreed to that, but then he took it another step further to some stuff she didn't agree, because I think he got some other people involved, and she was like, no, this is not what we agreed to, and then he forced it on her anyway.
Yeah, so first of all, creepy as fuck. Here's the thing. See, hood niggas love not involving the police, but if you steal from me, I'm calling the police on you. I'm pressing charges. You going to jail now, in the words of a Cleveland bus driver. You going to jail now. You steal from me, I'm calling the police. I'm not negotiating shit with you. We not working on no sexual favors. You out of here. I'm pressing charges, because cashing somebody else's check is a federal goddamn offense. Okay? That's akin to opening somebody's mail and shit. You out of here. Prosecuting to the fullest extent of the law. So until more details come out, I really can't form an opinion on it. But in the court of public opinion, this is a terrible look for Mystical. Terrible.
Oh yeah, boy, yeah, he is. As far as that goes, yeah, he's on a burner that's turned to hot. Like ain't no easy way through this one, buddy. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, no, the stuff with the game. I mean, that's one I knew nothing about. Like, so wait, he hopped in a 16-year-old's DMs. Like how did this?
Yes, the girl pretty much posted a screenshot of the game, sending her a private message on Instagram. It's not been said that he knew if she was 16 or not.
Okay.
To me, she looks very young.
Did he find out she was 16 and keep pushing, or like what? Like, is this a James Franco situation?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he found out she was 16 and he kept pursuing. But again, in the court of public opinion, this is the same guy who was kind of messing with India Love as a teenager. So the
precedent is already established.
Yeah, he got caught fingering teenage India Love in the park. And at the time she was 18, 19, and it was rumored that he'd been messing with her prior to her turning even 18. So
yeah, and then he also has because remember he was on some reality show, and he was reported or he had assaulted two of the contestants or something too. So.
Oh yeah, I don't. Yeah.
So
I'm disgusted at these older men's affinity for younger women. It's really like, and not to say, and people are gonna say, you shocked it's been happening. Yeah, it's been happening, and it's time for us to speak up for it and say something about it.
Right, it's time to break that cycle, because like I certainly, not to cut you off, but I know like my peers would go to the check cashing place and get the fake IDs you can get from there to get into like the 18 and up clubs. These are my peers I'm talking about. These aren't like, I'm not making people up. Like, these are people who actually went and did this shit because they would come back and tell me about it. Now I can get my own. I never did that shit. But no, yeah, like I said, I think like with most things, like our early adulthood into mid adulthood is going to be like the one that breaks a lot of these problematic behaviors. Because we're saying, hey, look, like, not only just don't make the mistakes I made, but like we have grown as young adults into now like adults on our like holding our own with the internet. Like, we know how dangerous this shit can be. We know how productive it can be too. We know how dangerous it can be. And so we don't want to see, these teenagers and these preteens and all get caught up in the trappings of this shit. We want them to obviously enjoy their lives and do so in the ways that are safe, sane, consensual, and so forth. But I think it's a positive that we are putting so much voice behind. No, like, maybe I did this as a child, but y'all should not be doing this. Not only should you not be doing it, but I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep you from doing it.
Correct. I've discussed before, but when I was a teenager, I got hit on by grown men all of the time, and like the fact that so many women my age in 30s and older, this was a common occurrence. Like, yes, it is time to break that cycle. There's nothing that 15, 16, 17-year-old should be able to offer men in their 20s and 30s.
Right.
Like, that should not be a common occurrence. Men should not be trolling high schools for sex and girlfriends.
Like,
but it happens so much in our time, in our parents' time. Like, yeah, it's time to put a voice to it and say, hey, this is not normal. It's not okay. It's not okay to be taking young girls' innocence. I don't care how old you think they look. I don't care how quote unquote grown you think they're dressed. I don't care how much makeup you feel like they have on. Once you know, they should no longer be a target.
Right. You need to let that whole situation go. Like, I mean, I'm 33, and like a grown ass woman can tell me she's 23, and I'm having second thoughts. Like, no. And again, that's adult to adult. Like, I don't see how. I mean, again, like we said in the situation with the game, we don't know if he knew that she was young beforehand. But like I said, like we've all said actually, once it was known, like, that needs to cease. Like, that needs to be done. And needs to be done needs to be really fucking clear. Like, yes, you reached out to me. Yes, I responded back in kind, but I found out that you are, below the legal age of consent. I'm discontinuing this conversation. If you want to talk to me, hit me publicly.
Yeah, yeah, and I agree. And like,
if you're a fan and you just want to tell me how much you like the documentary, hit me publicly and say
yeah, absolutely. And I think his silence is speaking volumes because there, especially for somebody who is always reactionary on social media,
Over
Game
little
has a
shit.
history of being reactionary and posting paragraphs and dissertations and things of that nature, and he's gone completely silent on this
On
thing.
something like this.
It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't look good. It doesn't mean that he continued to engage after he knew exactly how old she was, but the fact that he's choosing at this moment to be so damn completely silent is kind of weird. Doesn't look good.
yeah.
Speaking of things not looking good, we transition to this story. It's this one actually. I saw this first story I'm gonna read on Twitter a little bit before we recorded, and it kind of it. You'll get why. You'll get why these two things are you'll get it.
Get to it.
So in in Auburn, Alabama. A group of students and parents are requesting for an Auburn high school teacher to not post a gay pride flag in their classroom.
Okay, why?
This is a letter from the group from the parents was drafted and sent to the principal, and the flag and the letter reads. The flag creates a hostile and provocative learning environment for students not comfortable with openly supporting the LGBT community. The letter continues. It is unprofessional for the teachers to openly display their political views in an unbiased and socially neutral public setting, creating a hostile and uncomfortable learning environment.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Thank you. I don't see hostile about pride flag.
Hey, nobody, like, I saw on Twitter a couple days ago, somebody asked, like, what if your kid sees a man dressed in women's clothing, and they
I saw
ask,
that.
what is that, and what is this, and this, that, and the third. Hey, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares less about sexual orientation than kids. Like, that is taught rhetoric.
Yes.
Like, if you don't teach your kids to be hateful, they more than likely will not be hateful. And they more than likely will stray away from hateful behavior because they're going to know that that's not something that their parents smile on. Like, Jesus Christ, give it a break. Listen, let's just put this out there. Gay people are here and they're not going anywhere, and they are going to continue to live out loud more and more, and they're going to shun your hate, and you will be labeled as all type of phobics, and rightfully so. Gay people aren't going anywhere.
Right.
And trying to take away their basic human rights and take away things that represent them is not going to make them go away. They, like, long gone are the days of gay people living closeted and being afraid to live out loud. So what you should do is go sit in a closet if it bothers you so badly. You go live in the closet.
Right. Gay people are not here to conform to your bigotry. Trans people are not here to conform to your bigotry. Non-binary people are not here to conform to your bigotry. Like Candace said, just either go in the closet or just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? And because it's like, nigga, a fucking flag. Now it amazes me. It amazes me that you don't keep, because I guarantee you, these probably are the same people that are anti taking down Confederate flags and all this shit, but an LGBTQ flag needs to be taken down because it's forcing political agenda. What's more political than fucking systematic fucking racism?
Right. Can I say, as a non-binary person, don't worry about my sexuality.
There you go.
Don't worry about who I might want to take to bed based on what clothing I might be. Don't worry about none of that shit because A, it's not your business. 2, it's not you. And C, they don't line up. I mean, when you look at
don't worry
sexuality,
about what the fuck I be doing.
when you look at sexuality, I mean, think about it. Remember Real World back in like what 2003, I think it was 2004, when Karamo was on there and everyone was shocked as shit to learn that Karamo was gay.
Yeah,
it was because Karamo dressed like a regular fucking degular dude, like, and gay people by and large, like, I mean, yes, there are flamboyant people like on the fringes for like gay men, and then like super butch people on the fringes of lesbian women. But on average, like that is not like it's not typical. Like every gay man is not walking out here with a hella hard swish and a super popping lisp, and you don't see all lesbian women carrying their keys on a carabiner and rocking like the Justin Bieber haircut. Like that is not the archetype for gays and lesbian people. They look just as, again, ordinary as all the rest of us the majority of the time. So
yeah. And can I like one thing that I noticed, like, homophobic people's favorite thing to say about gay and trans people is it's a mental illness. No, it's a mental illness to worry about people that you will never fuck. That is the weirdest thing to me. People that you have no desire to have a relationship with, people that have no desire to have a relationship with you, you fixate on them. Not just on them, on their lives and how they live and who they mess with and how they dress and how they talk and how they eat and how they dance. That has to be a mental illness to be that fixated on something that has absolutely nothing to do with you. It is absolutely weird. Like you need some psychiatric help to spend so much time bashing a community of people.
Now, Candace, you know what? This is why you my nigga, because it is amazing that you say that being homophobic or transphobic it should be a mental illness, because I read that first article. Now I'm going to read this next one, and you tell me who are the weird people? The people that want to take down a teacher's flag, a LGBTQ flag, and in her own words, she has the flag up because she wanted to create a safe space for LGBT students in the school. And I know it's from BuzzFeed, and I know BuzzFeed still our tweets, but whatever. This is a report is that there have been more LGBT people killed in 2017 than there were of all 2016. We are on pace.
Yes.
We are on pace to shatter. And 2016 was a record for LGBTQ related deaths. Last year we ain't even 2/3 into the year, and we are on pace to shatter that shit.
Yeah, and it's sad because like I did a Trans Day of Remembrance last year, and November 20th, so it was right after the election, and that's the day that Trans Day of Remembrance is always held, November 20th, no matter what day of the week it is. And I remember putting together a program for the deceased, and we were at 22, and I just remember feeling like, man, I just made 22 little miniature like tombstones for trans women, largely of color, who, as best we know, were just going about living their lives, like, which is the same thing that fucking I'm doing, just living life. And for people to decide that that's reason enough to get somebody up out of here, man, that shit is scary. Like,
all right, we all. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Again, I think we're at 17 or 18 hours to count. I mean, it's August 23rd today, 23rd, 22nd.
Yeah.
22nd, yeah. So it'll be 23rd by the time anyone hears this. But yeah. Also, by the time you hear this, the number might grow again. Like, that's the fucking scary part. Like,
it's sick. It is really is disgusting, and it's strange because the gay community, and the gay, the trans community, they don't feel a need to bother straight people. that's what's so funny about it, and the narratives that straight people go about creating to try and make the gay and trans community feel like they're abominations. It's sick. You gotta be some type of sick to do it. The fake. Well, what if you found out that she was a man? She was born a man before she became a woman, and yada yada yada. Like, where data supports that this is not happening in large numbers.
Right, and the responses I see, I mean, just make me shudder. And I mean, this is, I mean, obviously this matters to me on a personal level, but like, just even separate from that, on a human level, like, to somebody, like, you would find out, like, that this person turns out they're trans, and you don't have a gracious bone in your body enough to say, you know, rough example, you know, I've never been with the trans person. Can't say I necessarily would have wanted to be with the trans person. So respectfully, I'm just gonna go ahead and call this off, but I wish you all the best. Like, if someone did that, I mean, again, it gets kind of reductive, and it gets kind of, you don't like the trans person just because they're trans, and like, that is, you know, that's not okay, obviously, but like, it's gracious at least. And I think trans people deserve, just like all of us, you know, all of humanity deserves dignity and grace.
Yes,
you don't have to be an asshole about that shit. That is not necessary. It creates more problems than it solves, and
correct.
You know, all you're doing is hurting somebody's feelings for nothing.
Correct. You absolutely have a right to pick and choose who you have romantic dealings with, but that in no form or fashion gives you the right to violate somebody, take their life, beat them up because of who they are,
how they live.
So
yeah. So
because
go ahead, Ken.
Somebody made a good point, and they were like, so let's say that a trans person wasn't forthcoming about them being trans, and so you got lied to, and the point was, people get lied to all the time. You don't kill people. You don't kill people when you get catfished. You're
right.
not out here killing people who lie to you about having a significant other or a husband or a wife. You're not out here like
killing. Find out they broke. You know.
Yeah. Like you're not killing people for any other lie, but this is a lie that you feel is punishable by death. Like, that says a lot about you. That you feel like that's punishable by death.
But yeah, like, LGBTQ people are still suffering violence, and these motherfuckers decided that a flag is the hill that these and I don't even know why they put like it's students in the article. It ain't the damn students. It's the fucking bigoted ass parents. Like, let's keep that funky. Ain't no damn child talking about, ooh, this is a bad flag, take it down. It's the fucking bigoted ass parents using using children as a crutch like bigots usually do. Talking about, we need to don't share your political views in a fucking school. Nigga rights, human rights, being a safe space for people to not shit on students that are probably LGBT in the school, being like, hey, we're not going to be bigots towards you in a fucking public setting, but this is the hill. People out here dying. LGBT people are dying more than they were last year. But a fucking flag is the hill we need to petition and take down. Okay.
I mean, yeah, let's call this what it is. It's trans women of color who are dying at just fucking skyrocketing alarming ass rates, violently at the hands of people who wanted something to do with them until they got found out that that's what he was dealing with. And all of a sudden the shame kicks in, and it's, oh no, I can't be ashamed and let you live.
Yeah, I gotta pretend like I didn't know what was going on and I was tricked, because that's the only way people won't label me something that community has deemed disgraceful.
Right.
Kind of
And
sad.
again, there's a ton of pathology that goes into that. Again, that's a layer of it. And that's really the unfortunate layer because again, just like black people, we just want to exist, and sometimes we're just out in these streets existing, and that's enough for people to hate us. Same thing with trans people. We just out here just existing. Non-binary people just out here existing, and that's enough for people to hate us. Like that's enough for people to hold their gaze too long and make a mean comment or misgender somebody. Like these things happen. I mean, they have effects on people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah. Stop being bigots. We're gonna end out on at least I think we can get some jokes off of this. Because we don't like to shy away from the important shit because somebody got to say it, but we try to have some level of brevity. No misconnections this week, but what I do have is something hilarious. I don't know, and I saw this article. It was posted August 10th, but we haven't had a chance to cover it on the show. But apparently, it is in the works. That September 25th, BuzzFeed is gonna start a goddamn their version of Good Morning America, but with Twitter. It is going to be called BuzzFeed News Live, and it's supposed to air on the September 25th. And it's going to be, it's basically going to be a goddamn It's going to be a goddamn Twitter morning show.
Let's call this what this is. It's going to be them stealing from Black Twitter. Pretty much.
I was about to say, I don't want to go all the way to ain't nobody gonna watch that shit. People will watch it because it's BuzzFeed, and BuzzFeed, like it or hate it, is becoming a little bit of a media thing, I guess I'll just say. But we ain't gonna be watching with no like bated breath, other than unless you go to fire ass tweet and you're afraid they gonna steal that shit.
Yeah, apparently it's gonna be called AM to DM.
Oh please! Get the fuck out of here!
All right, that's the end of the show.
Let's close out on this note. Like they can't even. This how you know that BuzzFeed spends a lot of time stealing content from the likes of Black Twitter because maybe the one original idea they had is fucking terrible. Like that's the best you could do. Okay.
AM to DM will follow a traditional morning show format, delivering the day's top stories from staff reporters, providing news and commentary on politics, social issues, technology, business, and entertainment. But it will have some unique twists given the nature of the medium. This show will feature everyday Twitter heroes, end quote, who have captured the spotlight and focus on what people are saying. People are saying on Twitter Live as it happens during the broadcast.
Basically,
yeah. All right.
we stealing from Black people.
So nigga, it's gonna be a whole show about ass eating debates in Black Twitter.
And who should pay for the first date?
Because let's be honest, nobody is paying attention to what's going on outside of Black Twitter. White Twitter is just usually troll accounts and racism.
Yep.
Yeah. And occasional dog pictures.
Yeah, that might be it.
And maybe battling over what vegan food is the best.
And terrible recipes.
Yes. Make some goddamn chicken fettuccine that like A1's dreads.
Okay, that's enough.
All right, too far.
I saw a recipe for avocado macaroni and cheese as a lighter macaroni and cheese option, and I was like, you know what? White people should be put on their own island to die. Like, the thing is, like, nobody fucks up food more than white people.
This is true.
They don't season it. The recipe be like, and take 3 pounds of chicken and a fourth teaspoon of salt. Bitch, what? The fuck is that? Okay, cool. Yeah, get BuzzFeed the fuck out of here. Yeah, they could go.
He's gonna make a whole ass Twitter. So like, nigga, so it's gonna be like these niggas like just imagine them covering goddamn a thread about men are trash. Nigga, I will fucking howl. I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
The Hoteps will lose their mind if BuzzFeed
Nigga.
do that.
Nigga, where did they interview a hotel? Nigga, where did they interview a hotel that saw the eclipse and made a goddamn meme? Cause you know some goddamn Ankh agents saw that goddamn eclipse and fucking on Facebook right now with some fucking memes.
So speaking of that, on my way out, I just wanted to go ahead and throw out this Hotep meme, Jim. You could watch the eclipse of the sun, but you can't watch your son. That's my time.
You know what? I think that is a fabulous note to close out on, honestly. Candace, thank you so much for joining us on such short notice.
No
thank
problem.
You filling in for Dan in the interim, even though he joined us later on. And y'all will hear me and Candace next Monday as Friday as we record Ratchet Ramblings, and y'all in for a good show. And because woo nigga,
I'm ready. Yeah.
We got some shit.
Yeah, y'all talking about the Never mind, ignore me. Good night. Bye.
But yes, this has been on Crown and Collars episode 134. We have been joined by our good friend Candace. Make sure you share the show, review the show, like the show. And thank you for tuning in and listening to us. And we will be back next week. And yeah.
Yeah, love you, Jeremy. Love you, Dan. Have a good week, guys.
All right. Likewise.
And we out.